Hi, I am Srikant. We are here today with Energy Secretary B Sreedhar, who will tell us about the current power crisis in the state and the measures being taken to address it. Sir, for the first time after bifurcation in 2014, power cuts and power holidays to industries were imposed. From a power surplus state in 2016-17 to a power deficit state today, what happened, sir?
Yeah, first of all, it has not become power deficit state. It is as good as what it was in 2016-17. In fact, we have increased the installed capacity also. What happens in the power sector means our power demand varies from season to season. Now we are going through the summer season. So, summer peak will be high during the months of March, April and up to mid-May. So, during this period our demand has increased to 240 MU per day. It has touched 240 MU per day, whereas our contracted capacity, that means through all sources, AP Genco, NTPC, solar, wind, nuclear, hydel, all put together it is around 190 MU. So, there is a net deficit of around 45 to 50 MU. So, generally every state during the summer peaks they will face the same situation. Either you name Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Maharashtra, Orissa, any state will have that deficit. It may vary in number. One state may have 20 MU deficit, another state 30 MU. So, generally what all states will do, they will buy this power from the power exchanges, IEX and other exchanges. This year what happened, from the last October onwards we are facing the coal crisis in the country. Coal supplies link is a problem. So, imported coal prices have gone too high. These are the reasons. So, those private thermal plants who used to generate power through by importing the coal, they have stopped the power generation. Number one. Number two, because of the domestic coal crisis, some of the private thermal plants which they used to generate and sell the power in the exchange, they have reduced their capacity. Because of these things and post COVID, we have seen almost negative growth in the year 2020, a little positive growth in the year 2021, and now we are seeing the economic boom and all industries have revived. Not only industries, domestic sector, service sector, manufacturing sector, everywhere the power demand has increased because all units, those which used to be sick and closed units, they have again reopened because of the economic activity in the country. So, with all these things coupled together, there is a shortage of power in the power exchanges also. Though we want to buy, we are not able to get as much as you want. So, we are forced to give power cuts to the industrial sector. Initially, we have given to the domestic and agriculture sector, but our Honorable CM said we can't, during the summer we can't make people uncomfortable by imposing the domestic, and also our agriculture season is at its peak now. Because of good monsoons we have received in the previous years, there is a more paddy cultivation in the state. That paddy cultivation is in the final stages. By month end the harvesting will start. So, we do not want to give power cut to the agriculture sector also. So, finally we have given power cuts to the industrial sector. That is the overall picture.
Sir, when you say the power cuts were given to industrial sector, power cuts and holidays are having a serious impact on the industries and the commercial sector, which are just recovering from the COVID phase. So, how feasible it is?
No, power cuts to any sector is not feasible. First of all, we have to understand power cuts now, because we use for 24/7 power supply. So, power cuts to any sector is not a welcoming thing, and particularly industrial sector, we know we are also losing because we charge more on the power given to the industries. We will give cross subsidy to the domestic sector. So, by imposing power cuts to the industry, nobody is happy, either we are happy, neither industry is happy. But this is the crisis situation, this is only a temporary phenomena. So, somewhere we have to give power cuts. So, we have to save agriculture, farmers. So, the priority of the government is domestic and agriculture. For the time being, yes, because after post COVID all industries have recovering now, though they have made losses in the previous years, they are doing good business this year. So, I request them to cooperate because it is only a temporary phenomenon.
Sir, one question. Opposition has been blaming the government of lack of foresight has resulted in the present crisis, energy crisis. Any comment on that?
No, see, whenever such situation comes, criticism also comes on the government, but it is not because of the lack of foresight. It is in any summer it happens, but this summer coupled with coal crisis. Coal is not in our hands. Coal is with Coal India. It is a restricted commodity. We can't buy outside. Coal we have to depend on the Coal India only.
Yes.
So, it is not that state government had any failure in the foresight. It is the crisis. It is the crisis that happens sometimes. It is the crisis that happens sometimes. It is for throughout India.
Yes.
Not in AP alone. It is everywhere. But only those states which are near to the mines, they have some advantage, because mines are located within their state.
Right.
So, they have the advantage. Whereas our disadvantage is we do not have coal mines.
Yes,
We do not have coal mines. That is the problem.
Sir, when you say energy consumption has increased, in 2015-16 we saw that the energy consumption was around 137 million units, and in the subsequent year it was 149, and thereafter it went up to 178, and today we are having around 200 plus million units. So year on year energy consumption is around 8% increase is there. So if this is goes on, what is the situation like and what would be the solution?
No, that is the reason why the AP government and with the directions of the Honorable CM, with his visionary, he planned for a dedicated supply, solar power supply to the agriculture sector. So, we entered an agreement with the SECI, a PSU with the Government of India, for supply of 7,000 megawatt solar energy. So, we have already signed it, and it will, the power will come from the 23-24 financial year. So, once that power comes, whatever agriculture free supply we are giving, that will be met from the solar, 7,000 megawatt. So, that much saving will be there for the present. So, that will cater to the domestic and industrial sectors. Agriculture will be separated. So, that is a great vision. So, he planned for 7,000 megawatt. 7,000 megawatt. Apart from that, because of the huge demand and because of the introduction of the RE power, we have to stabilize the grid also, because RE power means it is a variable. Suppose wind is there, it is not only seasonal, even day also, within the day also it is high during some time.
Yes.
And it will fall drastically. So, to maintain the grid stability, we need idle or pumped storage. So, around 6,600 megawatt pumped storage also we have planned. So, 7 projects we have planned, but it is a long gestation period, but if you start now, that is our future. So, 7,000 megawatt of SECI solar power for the dedicated agriculture supply, and adding another 6,600 megawatt of pumped storage, and we are going to have idle power of Polavaram, 960 megawatt. 960 megawatt, already works are in progress, and first 3 units will come by 23-24 financial year, and after that every unit will be added. Apart from this 1350 megawatt pumped storage, we are planning at Upper Sealeru. Upper Sealeru pumped storage. DPRs are in the final stage. Next 2-3 months we will call for the tenders. So, with all these things, our state will have surplus power. We are 7,000 solar, 6600 pumped storage, 960 megawatt of hydel, and another 1350 upper sealer pumped storage.
Sir, when you said there is a coal crisis has been bothering the power sector since October. In our state, we are facing coal shortage from that time itself. Is there any solution for that in the near future?
Now, Government of India is directing the states to import coal. They have given the advisory also to import coal to the extent of 4% of our consumption. 4% of our consumption they are asking. Recently they are insisting it will go up to 10%, because overall India demand is also increasing. Overall India demand is now, as per the sources, it is around 190 gigawatt per day. It will go up to 220 gigawatts. So then you require more coal for the thermal stations, so which they may not able to cope up with. So they are asking the states, GENCOs and also private thermal stations to go for the imported coal. The only problem with the imported coal is prices have gone up very high. Vessel freights have gone up, coal prices have gone up. So finally what happens, our unit cost will be increased if we take more imported coal. But even then they are giving a advisory to import coal in the future.
So that means power tariff would go up.
Yeah, power tariff will go up definitely, but there is no other go, because if you want to run the plants and give power to your consumers, you need coal. So it is only they say that at least 10% you bring and keep it as a reserve. Otherwise we are not able to keep the reserves. As per the directions of the Central Electricity Authority, during the summer we are supposed to maintain a 21 days stock in each plant. But today we are having only 2 days stock, which is very, very critical.
Right.
It is as if we are in the ICU. So they say that at least 10% you keep and bring it and keep it in the plants, so that if any logistical problems are there here, you can use that imported coal. So that is the one solution.
Yes, there have been reports of some hospitals in Srikakulam and Kannur not getting the power.
No. That is a very, very initial stages. So when they have given LR for the domestic, so by mistake 1 or 2 hospitals initially they might have got, but now there is no issue. Domestic we are not giving power cut at all, unless otherwise it is warranted. We are not giving power cuts to domestic and agriculture. We are giving now, and instructions were given to all the district collectors also to see that either generators, other alternative sources made available in the hospitals.
What is the financial situation of the discounts? Reports are saying that we are facing some problems and even salaries are being delayed.
Not only our discoms, all discoms in the country are on the same footage. So they have a lot of loans, they have to do a lot of debt servicing. Problems are there with all discoms, but we are coping up, things will improve.